Jake Claver has done better than Jake Claver, a guess that XRP will be worth $100,000 by 2030. He thinks that in the next 4 years, more than 85% of the world's assets will be turned into tokens. And a lot of that will happen on the XRP system. I will tell you the facts about where we are now and what other experts and leaders in the blockchain space think will happen. Then it is up to you to decide if this is crazy or if he's right on. Let's just play it and get to the facts. The low price prediction for XRP over the next 5 years, that's the year 2030. I think that by that time, 80 to 85% of all real-world goods will have been turned into tokens and stored on the blockchain. It might be more, and if that's the case, you could easily get $50,000 to $100,000 in XRP as a result. I understand why that sounds crazy, whatever you want to call me. Bitcoin has changed a lot since I first saw it 15 years ago. I also believe that XRP will move a lot faster than that. Okay, let's look at these numbers to get a sense of where we are. Depending on the institution or study group making the estimate, the value that is thought to be tokenized by 2030 will be very different. But the biggest number that has been made public by big companies is $30 trillion. Okay, the most common high guess comes from Standard Charter, which says it will be $30 trillion by 2030. The Boston Consulting Group often talks about a $16 trillion number by 2030. Ripple and the Boston Consulting Group have also talked about a possible future in which $18.9 trillion is turned into tokens by 2033. Institutions that were more cautious said that Royal & Berger would be worth more than $10 trillion. McKinsey would be worth between $2 and $4 trillion. And Fireblocks would be worth $5 trillion. The world real estate market is worth between $400 and $650 trillion. To give you an idea of how much money we're talking about, we haven't even reached $20 or $30 billion yet with this number. We have less than 0.01% of assets that are tokenized. Global stocks are worth $145 trillion. We're not even close to 0.001%. Global investments are worth $120 trillion. We're not even close to 0.001%. The world's banks are worth $28.6 trillion. We're not even close to 0.001%. There are $12.3 trillion in money markets. We have less than 0.01% of the world's wealth. You can kind of see, guys, that some of these have no tokenization at all. No debt in the world. That means Jake is kind of going against all the big banks, even Ripple, with these predictions. Now, I do believe Jake is correct about how many assets are added to the chain and how quickly they do so. I'll explain why I think that. I believe that one day all of these financial instruments like stocks, bonds, swaps, and so on will be moved to the blockchain. So what do? Do you still have half of the system on the old system? Then you add 1%, 2%, and 3% slowly? I don't think so. I think it will be more of a big bang rollover. I believe that the testing and building of facilities over the past 5 to 10 years have really made way for a big move and shift. It's clear that some of these numbers could be lower. It's possible that some of these numbers are much bigger. But I wanted to let you know the truth about what's going on and where we stand right now. After reading that, I hope you have a better idea of where we need to go. Also, this about top assets besides XRP was sent to me by someone else. I just wanted to back up what Jake said, give you some more information about these assets, and tell you what I think about the decisions he made here. What coins do you like to hold for 15 years or more? If you had to choose 7 coins, XRP would be the most valuable. Okay? This is something we just did with one of the family offices we work with. Because you brought it up, these 7 coins, XRP, XLM, HBAR, HASH, XDC, Avalanche, and Chainlink, are the ones I think will gain the most market share over the next 15 years. Those are the 7 pieces. If someone put a gun to my head, okay, let's take a look at these. We now understand XRP. It's something we talk about every day on this show. Crazy that XRP is only worth $239 when ETFs are only days away from going from what Jake says will be $100 to $1,000 in the next few weeks. We are currently at 239 points. I am really looking forward to seeing what takes place here. No matter, it will be a big step forward for XRP and the crypto space as a whole to see one of our most valued assets come to life. It's finally going to be crazy on the stock market. Okay, Hedera is here for 17 cents. Jake said that this would happen. People often hear me say that I also like Hedera. I own some Hedera. Because of its unique technology, high throughput and business partnerships, and strong ecosystem, Hedera is seen as a key player in the blockchain and distributed ledger space. The normal person should know that HBAR powers the Hedera network and is an important part of keeping it safe, with more and more industries and big businesses using it. In what way does Hedera matter? Hashgraph is a new consensus method that Hedera uses. It is different from block-based structures and traditional chains like Bitcoin and Ethereum. This way lets you do transactions very quickly, up to 10,000 per second, with low fees and strong security thanks to asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, or ABFT. This makes the network very resistant to attacks. The platform is made to meet the wants of businesses and includes features like fair ordering, quick completion, and operations that don't produce any carbon. Because it's flexible and works well, it's good for real-world uses like making the supply chain more open and connecting things to the internet. Also important, most people should know that HBAR is a local token. People who own HBAR can stake HBAR to join the network. The most HBR that could be made was 50 billion pieces. The form of governance is very decentralized, and it is run by a council of global organizations that make sure everything is open and clear. And some of the biggest companies like Google, IBM, and Boeing have worked with Hedera. Of course, NVIDIA and a few others are also very important. These are the technology network fuel, stakes, government, and all the other little things you need to know. Chainlink is another thing I've talked about for years on this channel in live streams and in my Cryptonaires group. I've also talked about why Chainlink is important here. Chainlink is a basic but important part of the digital asset space because it offers decentralized Oracle services that connect blockchains to real-world data. This lets smart contracts securely and reliably deal with information that is not on the blockchain. This feature fixes the Oracle issue by letting smart contracts access outside data such as price feeds, weather reports, tokenized asset reserves, and a lot more. This is necessary for use cases like DeFi stablecoins, insurance payments, and institutional finance. It makes you wonder how information in the blockchain space is kept up to date. There you have it. Oracles. How do you keep information from the old world and the blockchain area up to date? Chainlink will be very important in that case. However, Chainlink isn't really used for towns. It's going to be a mix of technologies. It will be like Chainlink Hedera and Chainlink XRP. And I think Chainlink will be worth a lot of money in 10 years. That's how I personally feel. You can take what I say with a grain of salt since I'm not a financial expert, but that's what I think. For the normal person, the most important thing to remember is that Chainlink extends the usefulness of blockchain smart contracts beyond separate ledgers by giving them verified information from the real world. This means that contracts can automatically carry out actions based on events happening outside the contract. This has led to the creation of trusted automation-powered applications in finance, insurance, gaming, and supply lines.